Test. You know if it's working or not?
Hello. Yeah, we're going to do a quick test because Mizba and I shot an episode the other day.
Yeah.
And we had no audio the entire time.
That's no fun. Well, at least you have your iPhone as a backup, but you don't really want
that. What's going on, people? We're back. It's another episode of Tough Times 2. T-O-O. Because other people are having tough times too. Today I got...
Rob. Hi, that's me.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were doing a dramatic pause.
Yeah, I never know what I'm going to do with that either.
Okay.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm rambling on the intro a little long.
It's good.
Yeah, man, we got some High West whiskey here today.
And I haven't eaten anything all day, so it's going to be fun.
Neither have I.
That's cool.
But yeah, Rob Stant, local comedian. He's hilarious. I had to have him on.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, was nagging Rob a little bit. Dude, I didn't know you had all these tats on your legs.
Yeah, it's I don't really like to wear jeans unless I have to, so I like to wear shorts. And
It's definitely cold outside today.
it is. It was, but yeah, I tried. Yesterday it was even colder, and I was wearing shorts outside, and I was like, all right, I'm putting on pants. But today it's not like as windy, so it's not like I'm okay.
You make me seem like a girl because like I'm wearing sweats right now, but then underneath I got these thermals on.
Dude, my pits are sweating right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm just like I'm just wearing a hoodie. I'm wearing a yeah.
Oh,
but also it's like I don't know. I paid all this money for these tattoos. It's like
How much money do you think you have on your legs and tattoos?
Oh, at least I mean some of these bigger leg pieces are like $300. So
really?
Like, yeah, this one's like
how much
300.
was Frank Sinatra? He's
Frank, he was about Frank Sinatra was about I want to say like this was a while ago, so I want to say around 3. My artist hooks me up.
Is it the same guy who does them all?
Yeah, he's done all my leg tattoos.
That's cool, man.
I have this one tattoo on my thigh. I don't think anybody can see it, but it says pick a design $100 because me and my buddy, we were drunk in Media, PA, and we were like, hey, let's go get tattoos and we'll pick them out for each other. And this guy had this whole board of tattoos. And he was like, okay, I want you to get that one. And I was like, what? And it literally was just the advertisement for the tattoos. And it said, pick a design, $100. So instead of getting any of the tattoos that the guy made, I got the instructions for the tattoo.
Gosh. A little loophole there.
Yeah, so the guy was like, we were in there, and he's like, oh, you guys want to get one of my tattoos? The dude was like super excited because like he was like an apprentice or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, you're going to get one of my tattoos? I'm like, yeah. He's like, which one? I was like, that one. I pointed, he's like, what? I was like, yeah, pick a design, $100, and he was like, that's just instructions for the tattoo. I was like, no, I want that. And I watched him just very sadly tattoo it on me, just like, and like I paid $100 for it.
What was your first tattoo?
I have the Blink-182 symbol on my shoulder.
That was your first one?
Yeah, that's everybody's first tattoo. That's when you're 17, you're like, oh, I want the Blink-182.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I had to get my mom to sign papers for it because I wasn't even 18. Yeah.
How old were you? You were
17.
17,
yeah.
Wow.
And then I got my rib cage done when I was 18, and then I just worked my way down to my legs.
I've never gotten a tattoo because I have like commitment issues, I guess, with like what I really like. Like
some
years I'm like, oh, I like this, but then like I don't want to get like a Master Chief tatted on me and then just be like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really glad that I don't have the Blink-182 symbol on like my arm or like my hand.
Oh, like it's better on the back.
Yeah, because like I like them. It's just like I'm not as big of a fan as I was
you
then.
You don't have to see it every day then. You don't. You
yeah,
don't
exactly.
See it every
That's
day.
the thing with the legs too. It's like I could just put whatever on here, like, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, just cover them up. So that's why I got this dumbass one on my thigh. So it's like I don't want to get my arms done. I don't think at all because I think it's I don't know. I don't want any distractions on stage because it's like
no,
if
no
I
face tats.
no, yeah, maybe we'll see if
That
I.
should make it go viral though. You know.
That's
you
true.
People, you know.
Yeah, that's totally worth losing my job.
If both of us had face tats right now, I think we'd have a couple 100 million watchers.
Fuck, dude, what are we wasting our time? Let's go.
Maybe just
go get face tattoos.
This episode
It's
right
just
to the tattoo parlor.
Yeah, just cuts to us.
Yeah, just like we're just getting tats.
Yeah, I'm just get YOLO under my eyes.
Oh man, I saw on your one. I was watching some of your YouTube clips, and it sucks because like it makes me seem like I wasn't like a long-term subscriber. I'm sure you get the notification when people subscribe, but so I had been following you for a while. I guess if you don't like. If you're not interacting enough on YouTube, it just unfollows you from people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like that makes me feel like an asshole because like a lot of the time I'm just like, man, like this one time I was just scrolling through my IG and I unfollowed somebody by accident and then I refollowed her and she was like, oh, finally I got a Ryan Resell refollow. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know how this happened, but I don't know. It puts you in an awkward spot. But anyway,
Yeah.
I was watching one of your videos and I saw one of my favorites is the comedian for hire.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's like where you paid $118 to get Chris Hansen.
That was so worth the money.
What's that like? Getting one of those. I mean, do you interact with this person? Like you're like DMing him back and forth. You're like, yeah, this is what I want.
So
and he's like, bet I'll do that.
So Cameo is the app you're talking about where you basically pay celebrities who are like, oh, pay me money, I'll say whatever the fuck you want, which is already hilarious. So I sent him
I love
like
that because I've been dying to like after I'm not gonna lie, I saw you do it. I was like, yeah, I gotta get on that. I was like, I gotta find somebody that could like give me the intro to Tough Times or something.
I hope I'm not being too loud on this microphone. Also, I would like touching my lips. This is how I do it.
No, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You should be good,
Okay,
honestly.
cool.
Sometimes Mizba, he kind of like holds it over here.
Oh, shit.
And it's like I don't know. He holds it a little further away from his face than I would like him to. Cause like then I have to juice his audio when he talks. And it's
okay.
Like, it's an editing nightmare.
The Cameo thing. I saw. I was like, I want to make this video, and I was like, who am I gonna get like to vouch for me about being like a good comedian? And I was scrolling through. And I was like, this person's too expensive. This person, like, no.
Did you have a budget set in mind? You were like
$100 around that. I was like,
that's
this
a good value, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
That, you know,
the
you're
fact,
like, man, $100. This is like, wow, he put time into this.
Yeah, so Chris Hansen.
Spent 20. It's not as serious.
Right. I would honestly, Chris Hansen, I would have expected more, but it was so funny. It's just like, okay, I'll get Chris Hansen to tell everybody I'm a good comedian, and it's like, and that was the deluxe delivery too, because I was like, I wanted to get the video done, because once I have a script and something in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need it done now.
Deluxe delivery.
Yeah. So it would have been that was like 4 days. Like
wow, so gives them a time frame that they have to shoot that in.
Right.
I can't
so it was like
imagine
it was Chris Hansen just in his living room, like, hi, Chris Hansen here. Just wanted to say that Rob Stant is a great comedian, and I don't think I've ever seen him in one of my sting houses. I don't think. I think I cut that part out of the video, but it's like there's like an extra like 10 seconds where he's like, I don't think I've ever seen him in one of my sting houses. I don't think. And I was like, that's funny because I didn't ask him to say that. I was like, he's like, they asked you like, what do you want them to say? And I was like, Chris Hansen here. Rob Stant is I just want to say Rob Stant is a great comedian. He delivered it perfectly, and I put it in the video, and I was like, that was totally worth $118, and I showed the receipt in the background. And
the showing of the receipt is the best.
That's what everybody told me.
Yeah.
They were like the video was okay. It's like, oh, we got Chris Hansen, and then it's like you showing the receipt, like that was worth it.
What's cool is the timing of that too, because it's like I think like about a year or a few months later, he got hit with something, right?
I don't know. I think that was before, wasn't it? Because I think
it might have been.
I think that's
honestly,
why he's on Cameo.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's why
now. Yeah,
that's why
I love scrolling on there, seeing the names of the people that are like selling themselves out for like small amounts.
I would do it. I would do it right now.
Gilbert Gottfried's only like $200.
Yeah. Oh my God. I've seen some clips of people making him say wild shit.
Damn. Get him to say like, man, this guy opened for me and he was great.
Yeah. Fake advertisements.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I don't know. Yeah, it's Cameo. I would do the same shit, dude. If I fucking
if I was ever able
$10, I will say whatever.
Dude, I would do that too in a heartbeat. Just sitting in my living room all day telling people.
Just DM me, dude.
Yeah,
I'll fucking anybody watching this, hit me up. $5. I take Venmo. I'll say whatever you want. Uncensored, raw.
It'd be addicting, I feel like, you know?
Yeah.
You just like print money. You're like, man, we want to go out to eat? Let me just bust out a video really quick. You think like Chris Hansen's got to live like that? He's like,
dude,
man, I got to bust out like 30 of these before the end of this month.
Fuck no, unless he's going through a divorce or something. I don't think so. I don't know anything about Chris Hansen. But
I don't really know too much about him either. I just have a bit about him. But
I've met him at a couple of his sting houses. No, I'm just...
yeah, oh, you bumped into him
yeah,
at
bumped into him a couple
parties?
times, yeah. The pizza there, he's... no, he's... I don't know.
Comfy chairs.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess he's like, he probably has tons of money. He was on TV, so it's like, I imagine that's good money. And then now he's just fucking, it's probably just like fucking around. It's like, whatever, this is money for like, fuck you money, just extra cash.
You ever see the YouTuber ones?
The YouTuber?
They set up their own sting operations.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh,
they're
yeah.
a little bit more rogue and a little bit more dangerous.
Scary.
Like,
they show up
less
at like
law enforcement involved. It's like just them, and then they call the law enforcement when they get the guy.
I've seen that on TikTok. It's like they show up at a Walmart and they're like, well, you were expecting me, a 13-year-old boy? And they're like, they're just like,
oh man,
it's super like, it's, I don't know, it's that shit's like, I don't know, I don't have enough like,
I'm
not
watch
brave
maybe
enough.
1 or 2 of those a day.
Yeah.
You know, not even a day, but like, you know, you get through a little brief period where you're watching those types of videos, you know, like the true crimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of true crimes in a while because I'm like, you know, murder wasn't me. Maybe I went through a phase.
I go through so many rabbit holes on YouTube. I'll go through like a 9/11 rabbit hole every once in a while, just like being like, what really happened, you know? And
you ever find anything out?
No, because you know what? Because YouTube, like if you type in like 9/11 conspiracy, like half the shit's blocked.
Really?
Yeah, and like it's not that like I really honestly I don't believe in any of the shit, but it's just interesting to watch other people be like they were holograms.
Yeah.
Like that's to me that's just like wow, these people put a lot of time into this. But if you go on,
I do enjoy that.
Yeah, if you go on DuckDuckGo, which is like it's supposed to be like a more like loosey goosey.
I hear that. You know?
Yeah, so
a lot of my Republican friends are telling me to get on that.
Yeah, well, hey, no, I did. if you want real American videos, but no, I went on there and I typed in 9/11 conspiracy, and it was just like the craziest shit.
Yeah.
The craziest shit, like what YouTube was in like 2010, where it's like you could upload anything, we don't give a fuck.
I got a handful of things I need to go DuckDuckGo.
Oh my god, yeah, it's there's some wild shit out there, man. It's just like I don't like
Maybe
I don't
find out if Tupac really died finally.
Oh yeah,
that was one I used to like look up all the time.
You play his like songs back in reverse, and it's like I'll be back.
Yeah,
and you're like all right,
Black
that's
Haze.
it.
You know about Black Haze?
What?
This is like this dude that sounds like Tupac,
vaguely,
but he came out after Tupac's death.
Okay.
He sounds just like him.
Mm.
Yeah, that was like what was the driving factor that convinced me. For a brief moment in time, I believed Tupac was still alive, but I mean, I don't think he is now. But
they said he was in Cuba, I think.
I heard that. Yeah,
but
him,
the thing,
Mac Miller, all those guys.
Mac Miller. Oh, really? I didn't hear that one. Yeah, that'd be. I think I don't know, man. I think it's hard to like in the 21st century, unless you have like a ton of money. I feel like it'd be really hard to fake your own death.
Yeah,
like everybody's got an iPhone now.
Would
it's
you want
like,
to fake your own death?
It depends on the scenario. Like, I guess if I had to, if it was like, dude, just second I get canceled, I'm like, all right, just put me on an island.
Yeah, like Chris D'Elia, he's probably trying to figure that out.
He's back. He's doing stand up.
He is kind of back. Yeah. I mean,
he's doing better than us.
Yeah,
like,
very true. I still watch. I would chime in every now and then, see what he's talking about.
Yeah, he's I don't know. I listened to his podcast for a while, but I just haven't had time recently.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to much. I sit in silence in my car, and that's it.
That's kind of how I go about it too. I just too much going on upstairs that I'm just like trying to figure other shit out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. How do you feel about you see Joe Rogan going through all that shit?
I woke up to that. I was like, what the hell, Joe Rogan?
It's honestly kind of annoying now at this point because like every day is somebody new talking about something new on him, and it's just like, oh my god.
Well, they brought they were trying to get. I don't know what it is. Like, I guess because he has like, I don't want to be like it's censorship and free speech, man. But a couple people brought up a couple good points where it's like they tried to like get him off Spotify for misinformation. Now they're calling him racist. It's like when this doesn't work, now what's going to happen?
I saw that the chain.
Yeah, it's like then there's going to be like.
But yeah.
And like I don't want to be that guy who's like, like everybody's talking about Joe Rogan right now, but I don't know. Like he said, I don't know. It was weird. Like I watched the only video I saw was just like like somebody like just stitched all the times he said the N-word without like context. Yeah, he said it like 70 times.
Damn.
Out of context, but it's like okay. People were like, "Whoa, context," and I was like, but also don't say it in front of a camera. That's like also like I don't know. I don't like who am I like, but it's I don't know. It's just. It's weird to wake up to that. That's what I did today. I woke up at like 12:30 p.m. That's how good my life is going. And I just like saw I woke on Twitter and it was like, oh, Joe Rogan. I was like, oh, what's he trending for now? And I saw the video and I was like, Okay.
Shane Gillis is probably sitting there like, yes, the lights off of me.
Oh my God. I think. Well, he was been on Rogan twice now.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know.
See him prosper on there because you're like, man, that's Philly right there.
Yeah, that's represent.
You see him like, I love the little like quips where he's just like he makes a comment and nobody laughs and then he's sitting there like, all right, guys. All right. You know, because it just makes me feel like that's how it would feel like if it was like I was on there, or like a Philly comedian was on there. You know, it's like because that's like you tell a joke with your comic friends and none of them laugh. You're just kind of like, right.
That's how I felt this entire episode. I'm just sitting here, just like, please give me anything. And you're just like, yeah, so you 9/11, got it. It's like,
yeah, right. We're just running through cancellations.
If you go back and watch the video
about trans people, no.
Oh my God! If you go back and watch the video, you'll see as soon as I start talking about the N-word, my legs start shaking because I'm just like, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. You just come on, Rob. There's a camera and microphones. Just.
By the way, we do have clips of Rob saying the N-word.
Yeah, they're just not out yet.
Here. No,
you have to subscribe to his Patreon or whatever, and then.
Yes. That's where it's all at.
Mm-hmm. You have to go on DuckDuckGo and look it up to be able to find it.
It's just Rob running around saying, "Have a nice day" to people.
See, that was now you get the silence.
That was horrible.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like when you bomb at an open mic. You know? And see, what's great is I'm editing, so I could just cut.
You can just cut that out, but leave all the other shit about that makes me look bad into it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Way out of context, you know.
Uh-huh.
Just like, I wanted to say it. Oh man, how do you feel about I don't know. So what? You've been going up to New York,
yeah,
right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing a lot of shit up there. What do you think your favorite shit going on up there is?
Favorite like venue or?
What do you like? You have any cool interactions or stories from up there?
I
haven't been up to New York in a little bit because of my vaccination status, but I mean I'm gonna figure that out soon. But
I kind of met TJ Miller. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was on a show with him. Like it felt cool too because like we were on the same poster and it was like the first time I was like
Where
fucking
was the
made
venue?
it. Stand Up New York.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so I got passed there from Comedy Mob a few months ago, and
you
then
just got passed again too, right?
Huh?
You just got another one, right?
Oh, well, you
Greenwich,
get
or?
Yeah. It's no, not Greenwich, not yet. I got the residency, and then if I do well, it's like 3 auditions. It's like you have to get the residency, then you get to perform, and then they're watching you. And if you do well, then you get passed. So it's like so many steps. But at Stand Up New York, TJ Miller was there, and like I was like trying like to be like, okay, like don't be a fanboy, and like the staff was like they knew he was coming. They're like, don't worry, he's really nice and cool, and he was awesome, and like he went on stage and just murdered like for like, oh my God, I don't know how much time he did, but he was just killing it. Like he was doing like there was a couple people like a couple people who were like heckling him, like not in a bad way, but like he would say something and somebody would say it, and he'd be like just have a whole joke already ready for it, and it was crazy. It was like I was like sitting in like it's just crazy to be in the same room and watch like a professional do that.
That is.
And then on the way out, like he was like taking pictures with all the people who went to go see him.
That you were just in too.
Yeah, I went up like before he went up, and it was weird because it's like he wasn't.
Holy shit! I was just in this room.
Yeah, he wasn't there because he showed up like right before he was ready to go on because I think he was doing another show. But it was just crazy. He was like, I was just using that exact microphone, and now he's doing it.
Did you know he was there before you went up?
Yeah, well, because I was.
So in your head, were you like, fuck, like I gotta pull out my best shit?
I mean, I was already planning on like doing my tight 5 because it was like the room was packed, so I was like, I'm just gonna play it safe. Like anytime people are paying to see comedy and the room is packed, I'm like, I'm just gonna give them the best I can. Like, because it's like open mics, it's like. I'll do a joke like 4 or 5 times at an open mic before I trust myself. Like, this is good and ready to go.
Yeah.
But no, he did really well. I did good. He went up and he did his thing, and then like on the way out, everybody was taking pictures with him, and I just like I didn't say anything because I wanted to be like professional. But he was like. I was just like, yeah, dude, nice set. And he was like, oh, thanks. And then he pulled out his phone and just did like an Instagram live of like him being like, just did Stand Up New York on my way to whatever. And if you look at, and I screenshotted the live, I'm in the background. It's just me like awkwardly like standing out front of Stand Up New York.
Oh, man.
And he's just like, I show all my friends, I'm like, I fucking made it, dude. Look, like it's TJ Miller and then me just in the like a blurry me in the background. But that was probably my coolest like interaction I've had out there is just like being able to see somebody like that, like just kill and then be like, oh, I was on that.
What night
stage.
of the week was that on? Was it like a random night of the week?
It was like a Friday night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I sent them my availability and they're like, hey, can you do this? And I'm like, yeah. And then
That's
I showed.
sick. They don't hit you with the bringer shit.
No, not Stand Up New York. I do
How do you
bring.
feel about bringers?
It's fine.
Yeah.
People give it.
I hear people give it shit all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't see a problem with it.
There's no. I mean, look,
opportunity is an opportunity. I mean,
If you have people who want to come see you do stand up and pay to see you do stand up, then take them. And they want to go to New York, then do it. It's like I don't know. It's like bringers. Like you're not gonna make any money, so like you're not getting paid. Which like even most guest spots you don't get paid. Like so it's like whatever. Like you're not gonna get paid, but you still get a good tape. And especially if you're like a newer comic.
That's what's about the tape, I think.
Yeah, the tape's great, and then you get to perform in front of a real audience in New York of like people who are like there to see comedy.
Yeah.
So that's fun. I don't know.
That's what's the best about New York. It's like most people that are there to see comedy are pretty jazzed up about seeing comedy. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I was outside of the stand up New York, and I mean, there were some people out there that they stopped into the open mic.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like they had Chappelle shirts on and stuff, and then like it was before the open mic. They just thought I guess they were there really early because I guess Brad Garrett was going on later that night.
Okay.
And yeah, but I don't know. So maybe it wasn't Brad Garrett, but anyway, doesn't matter who it was. But it was somebody from TV, and it was somebody from King of Queens.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of his name.
Kevin James?
No, it wasn't Kevin James.
Okay,
it was
that's like the first thing.
Somebody smaller. It was like a side character on there, but that was like his nod, and it was weird that he was still pulling it as his nod.
Interesting. Okay.
The show's not that relevant, but I mean, I get it.
I would do the same thing.
I would too. I mean, like, fuck, if I was on a TV show and that was all I had, I mean, I'd be throwing that around. I'd be like, yeah, I was on Seinfeld. Like the Soup Nazi, that guy still throws it around.
I'm like,
that's like his whole business.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. Whatever you got, make it work. Like,
I think he's on Cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I would. Look, if you have any type of audience or any type of pool, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That's
yeah, New York's fun. I don't have any problem with bringers. If you have people who want to go see your shit, let them do it.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
But anyway, the people that showed up early, they sat through the open mic and they were just kind of like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
You know, because like they were there to see, they had Chappelle shirts on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were expecting stuff like that, but
it's crazy because even the open mics out like in New York, at least at stand up, they're really good too. So it's like,
I felt like they were pretty good. Yeah. But like those people were just like, he was like talking, and it was like, I guess he was the only crowd member. It was an empty room, but it was just awkward. It was a wild scene. Sometimes I wish I had video shit like that.
Yeah.
Played back. It's just wild.
I don't know.
I was watching some old, I used this app called Pluto TV.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like weird old comedy shows on there. It's like old stand-up at like The Stand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from like 79.
I was watching, Tom Hanks did stand-up at Comic Strip. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah. He was
a comedian first?
I don't think he was a comedian first.
He was just like a big actor, and he was like, you know,
he was like, I'm gonna go on the stage because it's like once you're a big.
Do you think he was being a good comic, or he was just acting as a comic? Really
I think he was being Tom Hanks on stage, and I'm a
Wow.
huge fan, so I was just loving
Tom
it.
Hanks is the shit, dude.
He
He's
is.
really good.
Yeah.
He's got a new movie coming out. He's in the Elvis movie coming out.
I didn't even know there was an Elvis movie.
I looked
out.
it up because I was like shocked that there hadn't been an Elvis movie, but then I actually saw that there was an Elvis movie with Kurt Russell, but I don't know. I didn't see that either, but I was just curious to watch the Elvis movie.
Does Forrest Gump count as an Elvis movie? He was in there for like 2 seconds. Yeah. That's a great scene. It's a good movie. It's a great movie.
It is.
Yeah.
You think that's what do you think your favorite movie is?
Forrest Gump.
Really?
Yeah. That and then Shawshank's close too.
Wow.
Shawshank Redemption. I'm just going down the IMDb top 100 because I'm unoriginal. But no, those are my two favorites for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Clint Eastwood as an actor, but
yeah.
I don't know if I could say like any of those.
$1 Million Baby, that's your favorite?
I like Carlito's Way. Yeah, no, not $1 Million Baby. Yeah, that's just left me broken at the end.
I watched that movie once and I was like, never again. Yeah. And the crazy, you know what's funny about $1 Million? So nothing's funny about it. But I was watching it. I was watching $1 Million Baby with my fiance. She was in the room, like just like on her phone or whatever. And she's a nurse, right? So like I don't know what was like the. Spoiler if you haven't seen the movie. It's been out.
Seen it, shame on you.
It's been out since what, 99? I don't know.
Yeah, it's been out forever.
Morgan. So like
Morgan Freeman's in that. You almost forgot about that.
I know. I just remembered. But so I'm watching with my fiance who's a nurse, and the entire time she's in the hospital, my fiance is like criticizing like how many times she's pressing the call button. She's like, "Oh my God, she's so needy." I'm like, "She's paralyzed from the." You're a nurse, and you're like, "What?" I was making fun of her. I was like, and like I'm in tears at this point because I'm emotional.
So was
and my
I.
fiance's like criticizing the nurse staff in the movie, and I'm like, "Are you shitting me?" Like,
I'm just like confused on how I didn't know you could die if you stay in bed that long.
Yeah, well,
Like you lose your limbs if you stay in bed. Yeah, they're like, we have to amputate this leg.
yeah, if you don't move, it's like I guess because your blood just stays in one
That's
spot.
some scary stuff.
Yeah, it's terrifying. So get up,
That's why I don't
stretching.
sleep in. Yeah,
That's why this episode's only so long, because if we sit
Yeah.
here long enough, we're just gonna
I
not
know,
leave.
I'm worried about that. That's what happened after I saw the movie.
Yeah, you're like, I got to trim down these episodes because I'm here for too long.
If we do too long of an episode,
I walked up your
I
walked up your steps and I was like, I need to get my life together.
Yeah, that's why I generally don't take those stairs, and I try to take the other ones, but I take breaks in between coming up
Gotcha.
the flights.
After drinking this, I'm definitely gonna need to take the other ones because I do not want to fall over that balcony. You got a balcony like up to my knees, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna have
The
a
other
glass
balcony's like that too. It's just like she's like, I don't want to. Like my landlord was like, I don't want to hear about any of this, and I was like, okay,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
You won't hear from me.
I'll just crouch down the steps then.
Yeah, but
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like your
See where we're at.
shoes.
Thanks. Yeah, I've never worn these outside.
Okay.
I just wear them inside because I don't know. One time I was walking around New York. Well, I got them for retail off Nike, which is like a big deal for me because like I never get them for retail. I usually pay like some kid like an extra $50 for a pair of sneakers.
Right.
But got these for retail, and then I was gonna wear them one day, and then I just didn't, and I left them in my closet. And we went to New York, Misbah and I, and then I was walking around. I saw some like 8-year-old wearing them, and I was like mad because like the sneakers had already doubled in price, and I was like, man, this kid's willy-nilly wearing them, scratching them, whatever. I could never wear them like that, and that's when I realized I was probably never gonna wear these outside.
That's a problem, like with sneakers. Like I have like probably like 6 or 7 like really nice pairs of sneakers that I never wear. I always wear these like beat up like Adidas I have, and
that's the pair I had on when I saw you outside.
Yeah,
I had a beat up pair that I've worn for like 8 years. It's just like
like the only time I ever wear my shoes is like if I'm going out to dinner or like something like, but like on stage like. I just wear like some running, like you said, you're running around Philly, New York, you're stepping in shit and piss. And
oh,
you're
dude,
like,
it's terrible out there. You're standing in alleyways and
right.
whatnot.
You're like, the one venue I was at, the bathroom was like busted, so I had to go pee outside. And I was
Dude,
like,
some of the bathrooms in some of these venues are pretty horrible. Too.
I'm not going to name names, but yeah,
I'm
some
not
of them
gonna
are
name
pretty
names
rough.
either, but like it's pretty much all of them. But yeah,
but
I mean, dude, I've walked into some. I mean, like even just like it's almost like they were like, we are not going to have a bathroom in here, and then like somebody came in and was like, yo guys, you have to have a bathroom.
They made it a bathroom. They're like, I'm just going to pee in
and they're
here,
like,
and
up under this stairwell works, and then they just like slam a bathroom in there. Like that's how most of them are in New York. It seems like it's just like you open the door up and like the toilet's just like the right distance, like the door could swing just right.
You walk into the
without
door,
hitting the toilet.
You walk into the bathroom, it's actually somebody's apartment. It's just like, I live here.
Dude, I saw that. That's how it is in the one comedy club in New York. You walk in and it's like, okay, there's a stage straight. You go downstairs, there's like a little stage down there, and then you go upstairs, and you're like in a hallway where there's just like apartments in there.
Yeah.
And there's like a bathroom up there. I mean, it's just like,
get it together, New York.
Man, when I was in New York last, it was raining, which was like a horrible time because like we hit like, I think we hit 4 mics that day and we were walking around a lot. But the one mic we were at, there was like this Russian dude there and he had like these sandals on, and dude, he was following Misbah and I around, just asking a lot of questions in Russian. But he was like, "Where are you guys going next?" You know. But he said it was like thick Russian accent. But it was bizarre because it was like a little chilly out and he had flip flops on. And like Misbah was like, "Yo, we can't trust this guy because he's got flip flops."
Because that's why.
And
Not
I was
that he's
like,
following you.
Yeah,
and has a Russian accent because he has flip flops.
Man, I said, if anything, the flip flops are the least of our worries.
Exactly.
You know, because like you think about it, maybe we're the idiots for wearing sneakers right now.
Right.
Like our shit's getting wet, while this guy's got like, okay, my feet are gonna get wet, and he's just accepting it.
That dude's
flip flops.
That dude's a free bird, man. He's out there getting his feet wet, and
Yeah.
God knows what. That's not water. You ever see a puddle in New York? You're like, that is not water.
You know, it's funny you bring up the term free bird.
Yeah. You're gonna sing it?
No.
Oh.
It has nothing to do with that. We were doing comedy at it was actually Misbah did a show at a gay bar out in Philly, and it's like I guess like the second floor was just like it was like actually just a comedy show, but the first floor is like a gay bar. The second floor was not.
Okay.
But like it
right,
trickles up.
Yeah.
And anyway, we're all in there and we're all having a good time, huge comedy show and everything like that, and everybody's laughing. And anyway, the show ends and we're heading out, and this guy comes up to me. Or no, I did like 5 minutes. Mizba did 5, and
Uh-huh.
then somebody else did like 10, and somebody did 20.
Yeah.
So it was just like after the show or whatever, we're standing there, and the guy comes up to us, and I'm thinking like, holy shit, my first fan. Like,
Right,
this is
yeah.
so cool. And he's
Uh-huh.
talking to me. He's like, yeah, man, I really like that joke with this, and he's like calling out specifics in my set. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then he just goes, he says something about like, so are you a free bird?
Oh wow.
And I was just like, huh? And like Miz was like, I'm gonna go take a piss. I was like, no.
yeah, he
no.
left you alone.
I was
I've done
like,
that before too. It's
yeah, I
like,
was
oh,
like,
this guy.
no. I was like, come back. I was like, I actually have him with him already. And he's like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's what he was asking me if I was a free bird.
Free bird. So
Yeah.
it means he's trying to fuck you, huh?
Yeah, he was asking me if he was trying to pay my tuition. I guess.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, if that's how you word it.
It's how it
Because
seemed.
if you're.
He had a lot of money. It seemed.
Oh really?
Of
You
course.
should have fucking, dude. Oh my god. Why don't I get that outside of comedy clubs?
I
I
got. It
got
was pretty crazy. I was like, man, my first fan.
you for yeah, dude. I was doing I did stand up at open mic recently. I did a joke about my fiance. Then afterwards, this guy walked up to me. He said, "Oh, you're engaged?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, so like, what's her deal?" And I was like, "What does that mean?" Like I was like, "Wait." I was like I had to like think. It was the first time somebody said something like, and I didn't understand. Like, it's like he might as well have said it in like a different language. I was like, "Wait, what is it? What's her deal?" I didn't know how to respond. I was like, "I don't know. She's Asian." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And then he went in the bathroom, and I was like, "Did that like what was that?" And there was a guy standing next to me, like, because I was waiting for the bathroom, and I was like, "You heard that, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he looked at me like I was the stupid one, like, "Well, yeah." I was like, "Okay." I just don't know what that means. I think about that. I've been thinking about that for a week now. It happened a week earlier. I did a joke about my fiance. He's like, "Oh, you're engaged?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, what's her deal?" And I was
That's
like,
the
"I don't
most
know."
bizarre shit ever. You have any other weird fan interactions?
Oh, fan interactions. Yeah. No, no, I don't have any fans.
I mean, like, you know what I mean. Like, I guess not so in fans. I mean, it's just like people coming up to you after you do comedy, like, and then, like, they get really weird with you. Like, I had something like that once.
This one guy, yeah, I don't know. It's this one. I've had people just be like really like aggressively supportive, and that's the only weird thing where it's like they're on drugs or something, and they're like, "You're really funny." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks." They're like, "No." Like they're like just like they're like kind of like like a little like tweaky, and I'm just like I'm not like get the fuck away, but it's just like, "Oh, okay," and they're just like like, I don't know. It's like people who just like have a lot of energy. I'll put it that way. And then
that's exactly what happened to me. It seemed like somebody was on some drugs, and he came up to me. He was like, "You got burned, man."
Yeah.
He's like, "You got effed."
And I'm the same way. You give me 4 tequilas and like
me too.
2 bowls, and I'm like,
whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in your face just as like that joke. If you had the tag here, it's like I'm just just as bad. So, but no, I don't know. It's just like other than that, it's all been good. Like and I've only been doing this for like 2 years, so I don't really have like.
Which is also pretty amazing,
Thanks.
just to see what you've accomplished. I mean, like I sit back and I just like I love seeing any Philly comedian do well.
I just have nothing else going on in my life, so this is like that's all I have. I'm like I want to.
I'm just like I just like hope I get a slot on the Rob Stant sitcom one day.
Oh yeah,
the Rob Stant show. Like, come on, how's that not a show on NBC already?
I know, man. It's so catchy already. It's
it
just,
really is.
I think they're looking for somebody with less hair.
We could write a pilot for you.
You think so?
With long hair? Yeah. I think you could work at some sort of like electronic shop or something. What do you think?
Okay, so yeah, like or like Blockbuster.
Blockbuster would be a good one. That could
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, we'll bring back Blockbuster. Yeah. Let's try saying that 5 times fast. Bring back Blockbuster.
Bring back Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
You might get caught up and say something fishy in that.
Yeah.
Make sure the Tough Times logo is showing.
Tough Times. Oh, there it is. It was hiding by the.
Yeah, it was hiding.
Sick.
That's a tough time right there, The
Tough
whole
times.
Episode.
Tough times.
Yeah.
Two dudes talking about how tough time is, while they're illuminated, talking into microphones with a 4K camera. Times are tough right now. Everybody else in the world.
How tough is it? We're sitting on recliners.
Yeah, it's super tough, man. This whiskey's
this
great.
Whiskey was $80 a bottle.
Tough times, man. You got as I'm illuminated.
Yeah, wood cork. Surrounded by collectibles.
It's really tough, dude.
There's a piece of the Berlin Wall here.
Yeah, I got this spot. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
is
ever
that real?
Yeah, did you ever touch a piece of the Berlin Wall?
No.
Yeah, you can right now, buddy.
Oh my god, dude.
Look at this.
Now these.
There's the authentication paper, so you know it's real.
All right.
And there you go. Little history.
Oh my goodness, I start having flashbacks.
Yeah, right.
Fucking
you get a calling or whatever.
Oh my god. See, now this was tough times. This is what this was, and
somebody had to sell that to me because they were going through tough times. They were like, "I need $5."
There's a whole lot of tough times going on here. So
I got that for $5.
$5?
Yeah,
it should be in a museum.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you have it. Yeah. You know what's funny as shit? This is just a fucking rock that was outside,
I
and
could take that, put it somewhere else, grab a rock from outside, put it in.
Nobody's gonna know. That guy has the real Berlin Wall rock. And he's like that, and he's like, I'm just gonna give this idiot a fucking rock.
$5. He's like, wow.
Tough times, man.
Yeah.
Real tough, dude. Here's your certificate of authenticity about that piece of history where people actually suffered, and we're illuminated by lights talking to a 4K camera touching it. So tough.
Honestly, I feel for the people that were killed in the Berlin
That's
Wall.
why you paid money so you could have a piece of it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. I just want to know about a piece of American tragedy.
It's funny because I actually have a piece from 9/11 on me right now, so it's...
Oh, cool. We'll add it to the set.
Yeah, add it to your set of real tough times.
Well, I know it's not an I-beam because those melted. So there's no evidence of those.
And they couldn't be a plane because those were holograms. So.
Oh, man. But, yeah, I think that'll wrap it up.
Yeah, end on 9/11. Sounds like a good job. Yeah.
Yeah. And love to have you back on future episodes.
Absolutely.
Maybe get some more comics in here. We'll fill it up in here.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Sounds good, man. You got any shows coming up you want to plug?
I got some fun stuff.
I saw you, dude. Holy shit, man. You got a busy month, it looks like. I saw your whole schedule. I mean, I don't know if that was all just like
so, I mean,
hash, but
yeah, well, I'm a slut.
I was trying to regularize hash.
I'm a slut for stage time, so it's like
it was cool, man.
Anytime,
wow.
yes, I mean, most of them are like they got comic strip coming up, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, so that'll be fun. Then I think I have Greenwich Village, either this Friday or next Friday. I have to check, but I got some fun stuff coming up in New York.
New York shows, you got Philly shows.
Yeah, and like all the Philly shows. Like anytime somebody texts me and is like, "Hey, do you want to do this showcase?" I'm like, "Yes," and I count that as a show. Whereas it's like I'm doing it in like an empty room where it's like just other comics. So it looks like it's like, oh yeah, I'm booked everywhere. But I'm a slut for stage time where it's like if you give me. If I don't have to sign up, if it's something I don't have to sign up for, I count that as a show. If it's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go. Like you asked me to do this, it's not something I'm signing up for. Then that's to me, that's like, oh. And then people were like, why the fuck did you put that to your dates? I'm like, hey, shut up.
Right?
But yeah, that's it.
Because they're jealous.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna do it.
Thanks.
Tough Times 2.
Tough Times.
Back with another episode sometime
Tough
soon.
Times 3. Yeah. This time it's even tougher.
Yeah, and then that'll be followed by 4.
Yeah.
Tough Times 4.
Tough Times 4. This time it's personal.
We're kind of like the Fast and Furious at this point. We're just going to keep pumping them out.
Too tough 2 times.
2 times.
2 times.
Times it by 2.
Times 2.
Squared.